Good morning, everybody. This is Russell Nomer from Russell Nomer Consulting coming to you live as I show you a message I've received on LinkedIn. This is one of many that I get like this, where you can notice that first off, there's no photo, you have a name and a very vague type of an offer here, where it looks like it's a job, but they say my employer, they're not very specific. Very flowery language, right? Where it sounds like it could be a good opportunity, and they want you to click yes, interested, no, or no, thanks. All right. I happen to recognize this as a scam, and here's some of the things that I do to confirm. If you go to the profile itself, if it's a senior recruiter or a talent expert who's been doing this a while and supposedly has 168 connections, which is probably the 168 people that they fooled to connect with them in the first place, right? Scroll down, you take a look, and it shows this as at Korn Ferry from 2022 to present, 3 years 7 months out of Nyack. Right. Also a technical recruiter at Robert Half, a corporate recruiter at Randstad, a recruiting coordinator at Aerotech, an education out of University of Texas, as well as, Los Angeles City College. And then you'll see these skills at the bottom, as well, a fair amount of skills, listed, but none of that really means anything. What matters to me is, first and foremost, anybody who's doing any kind of real recruiting, who's been doing placements, is going to have testimonials of some sort. And you'll notice here, this person has nothing. No testimonials, no referrals, nothing where they're actually saying that somebody was good or anybody is saying that they are good. So when you see that for somebody that's working in this type of an industry, that's a huge red flag, to see that that's not here. So that is immediately a reason why I would dismiss this. Also, no photo. I mean, are you serious? And, then I'm just looking, at the names and stuff here as well. Not to be xenophobic, but it's been my experience and observation over the years that most of the scammers, are coming out of regions that, let's face it, are not based here, in the United States. So, my level of trust is significantly diminished when I see this kind of stuff. That said, what I encourage people to do when you get these kinds of messages is, if you go back to messages, you can click here, you scroll down to the message itself here, and if you go to these three little dots here, you go to report block, and you can say report message and block, and you can say fraud or scam next. Right, fraud or scam, you'll no longer click on submit. And bye-bye, Dinesh Kagitha, or whoever the hell you are, you're no longer welcome in my inbox. Have a nice day. Hope this was valuable to you.